Cool. Recording. Yeah, well, life's a cruel, cruel mistress, and I forgot that when I originally did this list, I wrote it down on a piece of paper, quite like this one. And, yeah, I don't have it anymore. And I really don't feel like going through all 262 odd releases of the N64 to do this list. I made a list of what I thought was going to be on the N64 Classic, which we all probably know is coming, and ones I wished would be on there. I mean, so I'll just go down off the top of my head what I can remember, and we'll see how well this goes. Super Mario 64, obviously. Mario Kart 64, obviously. I would hope for Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, but if I had to pick for, well, okay, maybe not 1. Mario Party 2 and 3, so they get rid of the, oh, I'm shaking the camera there. The hand-rotating bullcrap. Yeah, I want them to get rid of that. So those, I wouldn't see no reason why they couldn't get Donkey Kong 64 on there. They got DKAC on the Super Nintendo Classic, so don't see why they can't do Donkey Kong 64. I think that should be on there. Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie are pipe dreams. I don't think that they'll be on there considering they are already on the Rare Replay, but, it's Nintendo. They could probably pull some strings, but again, I don't know that Microsoft would want to do that, since they don't have many reasons for people to come to the Xbox One in the first place, but it's neither here nor there. I would hope for something like Ogre Battle 64. That would be really cool to have an RPG, even though it's like a tactics RPG, which I personally love, but, not as well loved by so many other people. Pilot Wing 64. Excite Bike 64. I can see a lot of these being on there, even though they're not considered classics. Then that's the problem with the N64 Classic, is that the games you think are going to be on there from Nintendo are probably going to be on there, and there's probably not going to be that many more. Like, we're not going to get GoldenEye. Sorry, everybody. GoldenEye's not going to be on there. Licensing issues with that. I mean, they couldn't even get all the bonds that they wanted to put into GoldenEye 64. I'm so sorry, I have had a cold or something. On to the original. I mean, they're not going to be able to license it again. They licensed it one other time, and they had to redo it with Daniel Craig in there instead of Pierce Brosnan. So, I mean, not going to happen as much as it would be fun to have happen. Kirby 64. Yeah, it was re-released during the Kirby 30th Anniversary Collection, but I can see that being on there. I could see F-Zero being on there. Wait a minute. I cannot remember. Was F-Zero? Yeah, F-Zero was on the N64. I remember that. Man, my brain. But yeah, I could see F-Zero X being on there. Who knows? Maybe they could add the expansion stuff to it that we never got that was for the 64 disc drive. As far as other games, Super Smash Brothers might be on there. I could see that being an easily missable one in there. Just with Melee being much more popular, but, you never know. It could be. And it probably will be, because, like I said, if it's by Nintendo, it's probably on there. I think when I originally did this list, I came up with roughly 20 games. I think it was like roughly 20. As much as I'd love to see Clay Fighter 63rd and a third Sculptor's Cut on there, because even though it's not a good game, it would bring the game price down just a little bit. That would be fantastic, but it's not going to be. That's the thing with the N64, is it had a lot of third-party titles. Wave Race 64, that will probably be on there. I don't know. There's just the N64 I love, but I don't know what all will really be. I mean, it's going to be a Mario Nintendo dominated list. Of course, the Legend of Zeldas will be on there. At this point, Nintendo's squeezed all the money they can pretty much out of them. I mean, I've bought them on the Wii, Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. Never even played them, though, because trying to figure out how the buttons remapped was ridiculous. But, sneeze coming on. Excuse me. Oh, violent sneezes. But yeah, those will probably be on there. I don't see any reason not to put those on there. Again, they've already milked all they can out of it. They made Majora's Mask 3D and Ocarina of Time 3D. No real reason for those not to be on there. I'm trying to think of... this would be easier if I had the list, but, you know, such is life. I mean, you know, stuff like from Rare, we would love to see, but again, it's all in Rare Replay, so, you know, you're not going to get your Perfect Darks, you're not going to get your Jet Force Geminis, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, like I already said. Those probably are not going to be on there. That's going to be really a glaring omission for a lot of people because, you know, I personally think Donkey Kong 64 is a fantastic game, but I'm in the minority. It's my favorite game on the N64, but it's one of those right place, right time things. You know, I was young and I enjoyed that game and I got like 93% completion. I don't know. I played the heck out of that game. So of course it's going to be my favorite. As much as I'd love to see Rogue Squadron on there and Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, or, you know, there's also Battle for Naboo and all those Star Wars games, or Star Wars Pod Racer even, which I freaking love, don't really see those making it on there. And again, Star Wars, licensing, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, again, it's going to be a heavily Mario-dominated list. I mean, if you look at Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, Super Smash Brothers. I mean, yeah, that's technically not Mario, but technically is. I mean, we'll give it to him. I mean, you're looking at 5 to 6 games right there in Mario's favor. Like, it's going to be a lot of Mario. I mean, personally, the ultimate pipe dream beyond, you know, having Ogre Battle 64 would be to get Shigesato Itoi to come back along and do Earthbound 64. But guess what? The development kits probably no longer work, so it'll never happen. Okay, done with my fake crying. But yeah, that's just what I can think of off the top of my head. I'm excited. If I had to predict a price, I'd say 120 to 150 because they're going to need to package in 4 controllers. That's the entire point of the N64. And at $20 a piece, you're looking at $80 plus another $80. Actually, you're probably looking at like 160, but hopefully they do something like 120 to 150, but doubtful. But who knows? 150, I think, was the perfect sweet spot for that. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the N64 Classic. I'm excited. A little update, was able to get the Super Nintendo Classic. I walked up to a Best Buy, walked into line, they handed me a voucher, and I walked in. It was 10 minutes before they opened. So, you know, got lucky there, from what I understand. But I've been enjoying that. And yeah, well, that's the end of my thoughts on the N64 Classic, and I still don't know how to end these, but do people still do peace out? How about you do the rock on symbol? It's rock out, you know? No, it's a turtle. I don't know. I'm going to shut up now.